Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey, and there have been some kind of crazy updates to the TikTok dark web boot situation that I told you guys about last week. Now, as I had predicted, the minute that I posted my video, the VHS tape was released on Shiloh's channel. Now, if you're not sure what's going on here, let me catch you up to speed really quick, but I do recommend watching my original video. Basically, this WWE wrestler who goes by Thundercat on TikTok had said that he found a website carrying boots on the dark web. He makes like a lot of dark web sort of exploratory videos going into different creepy websites and stuff, so this wasn't that out of the norm for him. What was out of the norm was the fact that this website was filled with boots that looked as if they were covered in blood, all had the names of different people, ages, and really high price tags attached to them. So what did Shiloh do? He decided to order a pair, and when he did, the boots came with a VHS tape inside. So just like last time, I'm going to be diving into this video with all of you. But before we get into it, today's video is very kindly sponsored by Aura. Earlier today, my friend was telling me about how she's been getting scam calls and texts out the wazoo recently and wondered if something was in the air. And I had to explain to her that the reason this happens is because data brokers actually are selling your information to marketers, scammers, stalkers, pretty much anyone who will pay up for it. And while these data brokers are legally required to remove your information at your request, there are so many and they make it so hard on purpose that doing it all yourself would take forever. And that's why I recommended that my friend check out Aura. Now, Aura is your all-in-one digital security tool. They not only reach out to these data brokers on your behalf to get them to take down your information, but they also alert you if any of your information is found on the dark web. Maybe on a creepy boots website. They have real-time fraud alerts for your credit and banking and 24/7 monitoring for these things, so you will immediately know if something is going wrong. And if anything does happen, Aura includes $5 million in identity theft insurance protection. Plus, they have US fraud experts ready to assist you 24/7. My most used feature on Aura, aside from getting my info taken down from these data broker websites, is their military-grade VPN. It's fantastic and notifies me every time that I am on an unsecure Wi-Fi access point, but that's just one of the many things that Aura does for me in my daily life. It's why I recommend it to my family, to my friends, and to all of you. You can try Aura for free for 14 days when you go to aura.com/LoeyLane or click the link in my description box down below. That's more than enough time to find out if your data has been exposed. So once again, go to aura.com/LoeyLane and get yourself a digital security guard, okay? You really deserve it. Thanks to Aura for sponsoring today's video. They are a favorite sponsor of the channel and I'm always so happy to work with them. Thank you guys for using my link if you check out Aura. And now, let's get to the TikToks. Like the day after I posted my initial video, the VHS dropped. I knew it was gonna happen, but Shiloh posted this video.
Okay, this is an update on the dark web shoes. I got a VCR, and I'm playing the tape. It's a little bit over an hour long, and it is very bizarre. I'll show you guys the first couple seconds of it. I don't really know what to make a lot of it. There's definitely parts of it that I can't show on stream. I'm going through and writing down when those are. And then I'll try to not show them when we go through it. But yeah, I don't really know what to make of this thing. So I'll be live at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm actually so glad I used a P.O. box.
I missed that stream, but the next day, Shiloh posted the VHS to his YouTube account.
So I posted the full VHS on my YouTube today. If you are easily freaked out, don't watch it. There's a lot of weird stuff in there. Basically, it's just a bunch of messages and old movie clips pasted together. And then there are a bunch of slots called submissions where it just says like a name and submission. Some of those submission spots have videos inside of them where the boots are shown. And if those are real, they're pretty messed up. I now know why they asked for my name, because there's a slot with my name created in there, but there's no video in mine. Right here really bothered me. I'll show you why.
It's like backwards audio.
Only the devil knows that. I heard her moving things all around that room all night. Never heard such goings on. And she wouldn't let me in her room this morning.
Real short.
She's a strange one.
So yeah, it's just weird. I need to figure out if the clips of the shoe stuff is like real or fake. Cause if it's real, it's bad. People have realized some creepy stuff, like the names of the submissions that got rejected are also the names that are on the site. Once more people watch it and kind of come up with more information, I'll post a full analysis. Until then, bro, I probably watched this whole thing like 9 or 10 times. It's getting to the point now where when I hear people not talking to rewind, it sounds weird. So I honestly need to take a break for a little bit. Also, I think it's unrelated. I got a skin infection on my leg, which I honestly don't think is from the boots, but I'm now on antibiotics, so.
Aw, hope he starts feeling better soon. Weird timing with the skin infection. I would indeed assume that was for the boots because I didn't include this in my video, but he actually wore the boots for a shoot for work. Now, he had said in one of the videos, like, I'm gonna wear these to work tonight. And in the moment, I didn't realize what his job was. You know, I thought he was going to work at like the restaurant down the road. He's going to work at WWE, you know? I have watched the VHS and it is mostly movie clips in reverse, like creepy movie clips, scary movie clips, mostly old. As you can see in the video I just showed you, it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. Originally for this update, I was gonna do a full analysis of the video. I was gonna go through it frame by frame, include every single part, see if there were any creepy Easter eggs. But it's mostly reversed audio, mostly creepy reversed audio, but you know, reversed audio that doesn't really seem to have any rhyme or reason aside from being weird. There are phrases like submit or be submitted, keep the product or become the product here. There's another one saying prove or be proven. Now, what people are proving, I'm not totally sure. So around the 57-minute mark, there is a spot for Shiloh submission with nothing in it, just more creepy movie clips. And obviously, that's where I assume he's supposed to submit something with him wearing the boots, I guess, or there will be a Shiloh version on the site very quickly. So then he posted this, never ordering shoes off the dark web again. I would assume not after the experience you've had. Wait, what's that? No way. Oh my God. Okay. So I had gone to the account and I had seen some stuff about a SIM card. I cannot believe there was something in the heel of the boot. But I guess that also makes sense because the product seems to be very heavily guarded. Wow, that threw me for such a loop there. I couldn't figure out what I was looking at. So there is a SIM card and people in the comments are so funny. Guys, smile, we're in a documentary. That's how they find their next pair. They're gonna add bro to the item shop. See you on Netflix, pal. That's creepy and adds a new layer of this. Okay, so here's what he posted after that.
Okay, I'm kind of in a rush here. I got a match I'm packing for. But for those of you that don't know, I bought some shoes off the dark web. And last night I figured out that the heel on one of them was hollow and it had this in it. Here's what I know. That chip is called an A9G. Here's a GPS and that is a cellular antenna. It also, importantly, has a SIM card. I searched the other boot and the inside of the VHS. I also searched all through the box and the bubble wrap. Now the lights that were blinking on the chip when I opened it up mean that it was connected to cellular and had a GPS signal. But it stopped blinking like 5 minutes after I made the video and I haven't seen it blink since. So I'm not sure if it can be like remotely shut off or it just died or if it has like a power saving mode. I don't know, I'm really not sure how that's working, but it was definitely flashing when I found it. I'm gonna check out the SIM card or order a burner phone to like put the SIM card into to try to see what network it is. I also might be able to actually connect to the chip and see what code it was running. I'm cautious to like cut the power to the thing or put it in a Faraday cage because I don't want whoever's monitoring it, if there is someone monitoring it, to like see that the signal's lost. But yeah, I've been really busy with wrestling the past couple of days and I'm gonna be for like 2 more days. So I'm hoping tomorrow at the very least I'll be able to make a video analyzing the whole VHS tape situation.
That is a really creepy additional layer. The tracking of it all. Someone had said in the comments, like, yeah, they really meant it when they said you were renting out the boots, like they were gonna repo those things. But I guess this is how the shoeman, the keeper of souls, keeps track of those souls. Okay. So he's being tracked, and it looks like this next video maybe goes a little bit deeper into the actual VHS itself, which is what I'm the most curious about.
All right, so the VHS that came with the dark web shoes. I was gonna do like a detailed analysis or whatever today. I didn't have time before work, so I'm just gonna keep this short. So basically the tape is a bunch of horror movie clips in rewind. And then there are a bunch of messages. There are also these things called submission slots, but I'll get back to those. So basically all the messages talk about the shoeman, not upsetting him, not destroying the product, which I assume is the boots. Also not losing the product because it will eventually be collected. The submission slots are definitely the more interesting part though. So there are all these little parts of the video that are like sectioned out that say a name and then submission. The slots are definitely why they asked for my name when I bought the boots, because there's a slot in the video that says Shiloh, which is the name I put, and then submission. Most of the submission slots have video recorded over them of, it looks like people wearing the boots who are not moving and sometimes disfigured. I can't get into detail, but sometimes the people are moving and then slightly later they are not moving. So I hope that paints a picture. Most of the submissions are judged as approved, but some of them aren't. Like some people apparently didn't submit or their submission was invalid. Now what people notice is all the submissions that are labeled as invalid are also the names of people on the site with the shoes. And one of the messages that's repeated on the tape a lot is submit or be submitted.
This is super interesting to me because I feel like myself, along with probably a large percentage of you, assumed that the tape would be snuff material. You know, it would be the thing that happened, footage of the thing that happened to the person who was wearing the shoes to make them all bloody and gross and, you know, how they met their tragic end. And it sounds like, granted, I don't think I've seen any of the submission tapes. Everything moves really quickly in the VHS. I'll have the full link to it down below, but it's mostly movie clips. I haven't really seen any of the submissions, so I'll have to look further into that, specifically the ones that were rejected, and see if there's any examples I can show you. But yeah, okay. Weird.
And then after the submissions that aren't approved, there are clips from people think the shoeman of those people that didn't submit being submitted. And since one of the messages on the tape a lot is submit or be submitted, basically people think that if you don't add to the tape, you will be added to the tape. Obviously, I'm open to other interpretations or theories, but that's kind of the leading theory as of now. So that's where we're at. Also, I'd recommend not watching the tape because it says watching is enrolling or whatever. So maybe just don't watch it. Stay safe.
Well, dang, guys, I guess we have enrolled and it is time to submit or be submitted. Creepy. You know, it's funny, the description box also had some really interesting stuff in it of the actual VHS tape on the channel. It said the entire VHS from the Mysterious Boots website. I'm not sure what to make of this. Please let me know what you think. But below it, it says, do not lose the product. Watching is enrolling. The product is thirsty. Like thirsty for more souls or something? I don't know. But really, really, really weird. Oh God, the next video says, just tried to see if any shoes have been added to the dark web marketplace and found this. Shiloh said, not at all uncommon with onion sites, but still strange. We'll check back soon. Burner phone coming tomorrow to test out the SIM card. Oh God, the SIM card. I had forgotten about the SIM card. All right, let's see what's up.
Here we go. So as you guys may know, I ordered some boots off the dark web and I recently figured out that one of the heels was hollow. I had found this chip thing in it and it has a SIM card in it. So I got pretty much the cheapest unlocked phone that I could get. I'm hoping that this thing has some type of like browser on it, but by the looks of it, that might be kind of unlikely. Okay, let's see if we got some charge in this battery. Here we go.
I have such a soft spot for flip phones because one of my last like big girl jobs before I started doing social media full time was I worked at an AT&T. And listen, I was trying to sell people smartphones during the last era of the flip phone being really, really popular, okay? And I'm happy to see that they are still alive and well. If you use a flip phone, please comment down below. Should I get one? Will it protect my peace? I gotta know. Anyway.
At least if I don't learn anything about the SIM card, I can start trapping. Okay, let's see if we got a browser. Okay, good. We do have a browser. All right, let's get this SIM card out. Interesting. Looks like someone just scribbled out the numbers. Okay, the SIM card as is does not fit, but I think I can take this outer layer off. There we go. I gotta try to not lose this. Nice. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, 4G LTE. Let's go. Okay, let's see if this thing has a phone number. Calling myself. Okay. Ooh, call ended. Okay, fail. See what this browser's talking about. Okay. Ooh, we have internet. Okay, the cell carriers. Now it's saying AT&T up there. Up in the top left. Okay, this is interesting. City Naperville, Region, Illinois. Belgacom. That's really weird. All these sites are giving me drastically different locations. This one is saying Belgacom again. Okay, what the heck? Obviously, anytime you are using a mobile data, you're gonna have a dynamic IP, but this is really weird. I'm just confused why up in the top left it says AT&T now and earlier it said T-Mobile. Regardless though, the SIM card is definitely functional in terms of cellular data, which means we gotta plug into this thing and see what it was sending. So I ordered a USB to serial converter and it should be here tomorrow. Hopefully that means we can figure out what code this was running.
He is so tech savvy, and I said that in my last video too, but it just amazes me. Like, I would never think of any of this kind of stuff, but he's just figuring out stuff left and right. But he's here solving the dang mystery on his own. That is really interesting. I think the fact that we watched the carrier go from like T-Mobile to AT&T, very weird. And then the IP address seems to be changing every single time that he visits like one of these What's My IP website. So maybe there's some sort of like interference being utilized with this SIM card. Maybe there's some sort of scrambler. I don't pretend to be tech savvy, so maybe that's not a thing, but that's kind of like what comes to mind is there's some sort of interference at play here, preventing him from seeing where this signal is actually coming from. Okay, I don't know if this next video is part of this or not. It says, what do hackers see?
If you've ever wondered what a hacker sees when they hack your computer, today's your lucky day. So on my desk right here, I have a regular PC. And then on my lap, I have a computer running Metasploit. Metasploit is a tool that a lot of hackers and pen testers use to gain control of other computers. And you can use it to generate custom rats or viruses that give you remote access. So I generated this on the other computer and I'm about to run it on here. Now nothing happens on this computer when I run the files, but on this computer, you can see that a new connection's been started. So there is like a ton that I can now do on this computer that affects that one. For instance, I can type PS and see every process that's running on that computer. So all the apps and programs that are open. I can also take a screenshot and it's saved to this computer. There it is right there. I can take a picture on any of the webcams. I just took one with that webcam right here and it's seeing the back of my computer. You can also open or close any windows, record from the mic, get all their stored passwords. You can also start a keylogger so that when they type on the computer, you can then dump that and see everything they typed. And you can also just start a shell, which enables you to do anything that you could do from their computer. So when people tell you not to click on random files on the internet or from wherever, that's why.
Fascinating. Okay, so not related to that, but that was actually very interesting and goes back to what I said before. This man is incredibly smart with technology and very smart in general. This series has turned into something I never could have predicted. I was going to try to wait to get additional information, but I'm actually going out of the country here in like a day. So I wanted to get an update filmed for you guys. This is one that it's kind of fun to keep up with in real time. So that was short-lived. Hello from Tokyo, Japan. I was editing this video and realized that Shiloh has posted a lot more content since I filmed this literally like 4 days ago. I had to pop on here because I have to know what in the world is going on. Like I saw that the Schumann left him a voicemail or something. I don't know. It's gotten really weird. Also, I'm 99% sure that I bought a haunted bear at a thrift shop in Harajuku yesterday. What do you think? There are 5 more videos to go through. This first one says, I found something big, and the caption says, I'm coming for you, Schumann, so I have no idea what to expect.
Okay, I found something. I ordered these boots off the dark web to a P.O. box. Unfortunately, they had this GPS tracker in them. This tracker was actually like the worst thing ever to try to get into. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little chip right there called a CH340 and it's broken. That chip is basically what allows a computer to communicate with it. And I think whoever made it broke it on purpose so that no one could get the code off it. But I got one of these USB to serial converters and I was able to connect that to the serial pins on the board. That's actually letting me see the serial output on the board. Not only that, but this thing actually has an AT command interpreter still, so I can, for instance, stop it from reading my GPS data like I just did.
What language is this man speaking? Like, I have no idea what all of this verbiage means. I guess the TLDR is that he's found a way to hack the guy back, seemingly?
Honestly, I'm surprised whoever made the tracker didn't also break the serial pins off. Kind of made them less intimidating. Now here's where the real headache was. I'm saying AT interpreter for a reason. This thing should by default just use AT commands, but it's actually running custom firmware that uses Lua and AT commands. It was the worst thing ever to figure out. These are some of the docs for that firmware. That's what's giving it the ability to use variables. And that's what made it able to send my location, kinda. The irony in this situation is the tracker is only halfway working. It successfully sends my location to some server and I can't see what the IP of the server is. But because the SIM card is data only and doesn't have SMS, the text message fails and spits out an error message with the phone number. And I'm covering it because I want to call it first. Or maybe text it. I don't know. I'm deciding right now.
Oh no. Oh my God. Okay, so he has a phone number for the Schumann. Maybe this is where this voicemail thing I was seeing comes into play. Yes, okay, the next video says the Schumann's voicemail calling the Schumann from the dark web boots.
All right, so I ordered some boots off the dark web and they had this little GPS tracker in them. I figured out that the tracker was trying to send my location to a phone number. And so today on my live stream, I called it.
I know who you are. I know what you did. If you found this number,
So it's hella seductive.
price must be paid.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for
What?
more options.
I don't know. I know bro's probably trying to be scary, but that sounds like so like why is he moaning into the phone? So I said this one back. Oh, I'm coming for you. I know who you are and what you did, and I'm gonna pay that price.
Shiloh really likes to poke the bear, I fear. The bear in this particular case being the dark web overlord who sold him these boots or rented them. I really just cannot even imagine what this next video is going to say. Oh, the Schumann's voicemail changed.
Okay, so as you guys know, someone on the dark web has been trying to track me. Piece is locked in. But I found their phone number and I called it yesterday and I heard their voicemail. So I left a message like making fun of his voice. And today I called again to see if he picked up and the voicemail had changed. The voice is like completely different though. Like not like he just got self-conscious, like completely different. I can't understand it perfectly. I think I know what it says now, but here it is.
Ew, okay, that gave me chills. I've been trying to message you. I can't see where you're calling from. That voice was completely and totally different. Is that the Schumann or is it someone else trying to intercept? This is just getting weirder and weirder. Oh my God. And it has just devolved so far from where we started off with buying these shoes off of the dark web, wondering like, is it real? Is it fake? Is he ever gonna get the boots? And now like he's calling a number because he found a SIM card in the heel. Like this story is just getting crazy. But the next video says the Schumann is ghosting me.
Okay, I got a SIM card for the burner phone and I did text the Schumann. I think that voicemail was saying to text him.
Okay, so dear Schumann, so I found your number in T. So disregard that, then why were you trying to track me and what do you need to explain?
These keyboards are like very hard to type on, so the first message didn't really go as planned, but I did successfully text him eventually and he has not messaged back yet, which sucks because I thought I would have a bigger update for you guys by now, but that's where we're at. So Schumann, if you're reading this or watching this, please text me back.
I'm certainly glad that this is all being done from a burner phone. You know, it's like the shoes came to a P.O. box, all of that kind of stuff. But I feel like Shiloh's getting a little bit deep. I mean, these videos are just getting millions and millions of views with every single one being posted. So is he not like a little freaked out that the Schumann is going to go from ghosting him to showing up at the front door? Or does he think that the Beast is going to protect him? I kind of love the Beast. Now that we know what the Beast is from the last video, he's kind of funny to me. He always was, but okay. this last video is seemingly just an update.
I got a text. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I ordered some shoes on the dark web. These ones right here. They had some gross stuff on it. I tested it. I think it's blood. They also came with this VHS tape. It had a bunch of creepy stuff on it. More on that soon. But more importantly, the heel of one of the shoes was hollow, and it had this tracker in it, which was trying to send my location to a phone number. Now, I called the phone number, and the voicemail was really weird. So I left a voicemail, roasting the voicemail, and then they changed the voicemail saying to text them. I texted them. That was a couple days ago, and they just texted me back. Where did I just put the phone? Okay. Islanders. I'm just kidding. Dear Schumann, I found your number. Disregard that. Oh, I messed up the text. Why were you trying to track me, and what do you need to explain? Also, the name of the site is the Schumann. The VHS was about the Schumann coming to get you or whatever, so that's why I'm calling him the Schumann. Sorry for the delay. Couldn't get a signal for a few days. Look, I've seen your videos. I know who you are. I know you think you know who I am, but you have it backwards. The tracker is mine. I was just trying to see where they went, but he never even put them on. I can't say too much on here, but I'm on your side. I don't want you to do what I did. More on the way. Do not trust the Schumann.
So is the person who put the tracker in them another victim of the Schumann? Like, is this LoeyLane, the person that the boots were named after? Like, this is so freaking bizarre. Now, I don't know if I had mentioned this, but he had like torn open the VHS tape just to make sure there was nothing in there as well. I'm not sure if I included that in the earlier part of the video because I, filmed it a while ago. But at this point, he's going incredibly viral for this. Everybody's posting about it. My most recent video on it got like 180,000 views. And I'm not the only one talking about it. So this information certainly has gotten back to the Schumann. If this many people are talking about it, if it's gone this viral, he knows, but so does someone else. I just am wondering at this point, what is this website really? Because again, I had thought that the VHS tape was gonna be full of like snuff material or something like that. Like these were like, I don't know, rented by people who just wanted a creepy, gross item for one reason or another. But it seems so much darker than that even. The VHS tape makes no sense. I just feel like we are going to a really strange place. And as I've said before, I have no idea where the story is going. I wanted to really quickly say, I got a bit of heat, I guess I'd say, from my last video when I the minute the VHS tape tipped out of the boot, I was like, oh, this isn't real. I had some people saying that of course it could be real, that I'm brushing it off too quickly. And if you still think that this is based in reality, I don't think that I'm gonna be the one to convince you otherwise, but I also don't aim to convince you of anything. If you think that this is a real situation, then that's okay. But I'm also not going to pretend that like a true crime scenario is real when, at least to me, it's very clear that it's not. And I'm not sure if like the people saying that just don't remember or maybe weren't around for my time really going into like ARGs, the Ash vlogs, the Dear Davids of it all, where it's like, yes, it's creepy, but we also don't all think it's real, right? I think that TikTok is a very gullible place, I guess I'd say. I've talked a lot about the TikTok telephone effect and how it's very easy to make a story come to life on TikTok. The Annabelle thing that just went down where everyone decided Annabelle was missing and it like made the news, like it's not hard to make a story on TikTok, but I will say, this one is really fascinating. But other than that, I feel like this is gonna be the exact same thing. This video is gonna go up and then the next minute, Shiloh's gonna have a crazy update for us to go into and I won't be able to look at it until I'm back from my trip. But I am going out of the country for a bit. I'm going to Japan and Korea, which I'm very, very excited for. I have some cool videos coming for you guys. If you want to keep up with my daily updates, you can follow me over on Instagram at LoeyBug and TikTok at LoeyBugXO, and my vlog channel. I'll be posting a lot on there. That's just youtube.com/LoeyBug. I actually have a new podcast on there where I am crafting and just hanging out with you guys every week. I actually made this necklace not on camera, but I've been doing like a lot of jewelry making and just making things. So I have some episodes of that for you guys. I'll have more episodes while I'm out of the country. I'll have vlogs pretty much every single day. So I hope that I can keep up with you guys over there. But yeah, that's it for the Thunder Keck situation, the dark web boots update, I suppose. And if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A special thank you to my subscribers who are members of the channel. If you want to join the channel memberships and get extra members exclusive perks, like members only videos, polls to help me decide on future video topics, and so much more, you can click that little join button somewhere around the screen. We would love to have you. An extra special thank you to my VIP loves for their continued and generous support of the channel. I love and appreciate you all very, very much. I love you all very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.